If you're seeing the Tinkercad Error Processing File message, don't worry. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why it happens and how to fix it step by step. This issue usually means Tinkercad can't properly read the file you uploaded, and that can happen for a few different reasons. The file may be too complex, the mesh may be broken, the browser may be causing problems, or the import settings may need adjusting. The good news is that most of these fixes are quick and easy, and you can usually get your file importing again without starting over. Before we jump in, if this tutorial helps you out, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more easy tech fixes, design tips, and software tutorials just like this one. It really helps the channel grow, and it lets you find more videos like this when you need them. Alright, let's start with the most common cause, the file itself. If you're importing a 2D SVG file into Tinkercad, the first thing you want to do is simplify it. In programs like Inkscape or Illustrator, use the Simplify feature to reduce the number of nodes in the shape. Too many nodes can make the file difficult for Tinkercad to process. Also, if your design includes text, convert all text to paths before exporting. That way, Tinkercad doesn't have to interpret fonts during import. If you have overlapping shapes, use a union or weld tool to merge them into one clean object. The cleaner the SVG, the better your import chances. If you're working with a 3D STL file, the issue is often with the mesh. Tinkercad prefers models that are watertight, meaning there should be no holes, broken surfaces, or non-manifold geometry. A simple way to fix this is by opening the file in Microsoft 3D Builder, which can often detect and repair mesh issues automatically. If your model is extremely detailed, you may also need to reduce the triangle count using a mesh reducer or decimator. Complex models can overwhelm Tinkercad, so simplifying the geometry often solves the error right away. As a general rule, try to keep your file under 25 megabytes whenever possible, because very large files can fail during processing. Now let's move on to browser fixes, because sometimes the problem isn't the file at all, it's your browser. First, check hardware acceleration. In your browser settings, go to the System section and make sure Use Hardware Acceleration is turned on. This can help with 3D processing and file rendering in Tinkercad. After turning it on, restart your browser so the change fully applies. Next, try opening Tinkercad in Incognito mode or a private window. On Windows, you can usually press Ctrl, Shift, and N. If the file imports correctly in Incognito mode, that usually means one of your browser extensions is blocking the upload script. Ad blockers, privacy tools, and certain security extensions can interfere with Tinkercad, so if Incognito works, disable extensions one by one until you find the one causing the issue. If that still doesn't solve it, clear your browser cache. Press Ctrl, Shift, and Delete, then clear cookies and cached images from at least the last 24 hours. Sometimes old cached data or a corrupted session can prevent Tinkercad from processing files correctly. After clearing the cache, log back in and try uploading the file again. Another setting that helps is the import scale. When you upload a file into Tinkercad, there's usually a scale option in the import window. If the import hangs or fails, try changing the scale from 100% down to 10%. Some files are just too large in their original scale, and reducing the scale can make Tinkercad process them more reliably. Also, make sure your file units match your workspace. If the model was created in inches but Tinkercad is expecting millimeters, you can run into out-of-bounds issues or strange sizing problems during import. Now let's talk about connection issues. If you're using a VPN, turn it off temporarily and try again. VPNs can sometimes disrupt the data handshake while Tinkercad is processing the file, especially if the upload is being routed through different servers. A simple network change can be enough to fix the problem. You should also check whether Tinkercad services are having a downtime issue. Visit health.autodesk.com and look for any import or export service alerts. If the service is down, the issue may not be on your side at all, and the best thing to do is wait until Autodesk restores normal operation. So to quickly recap, if Tinkercad says Error Processing File, start by simplifying and repairing the file. Then check your browser settings, clear cache, test Incognito mode, lower the import scale, verify your units, disable VPN, and finally check the Autodesk status page. In most cases, one of these steps will get your file working again. If this video saved you time, please give it a like, subscribe for more tutorials, and comment below if you want help with a specific Tinkercad file problem. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.